Yeah, I know, I saw that in the minutes. Yeah, you're right. To not schedule a work session.
You need one of us to move on that? Or can you do that yourself?
Yeah, probably. Like, once we get to the 6. I think so. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Good evening. I'd like to call the Ferrysburg City Council meeting to order Monday, August 1st, 2022, 7 p.m. at Ferrysburg City Hall. Roll call, please.
Mayor Blease.
Here.
Councilmember O'Donnell.
Here.
Councilmember Carlson.
Here.
Councilmember Montgomery. Councilmember Sias.
Here.
Councilmember Murdoch.
Here.
Councilmember Kate.
Here. Your Honor,
Yes.
I'd like to move that we excuse Councilmember Montgomery. Support.
Motion support. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried. Okay, number 3, invocation by Councilmember Kate, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Please join me. Gracious God, we thank you so much for the blessings of the day now past. We ask your blessings now as we enter into this time of discussion and meeting. We pray for your guidance and wisdom and discernment as we seek to do the best for the city, the people of the city of Ferrysburg. We ask also your blessings of safety on all those who are attending the Coast Guard Festival for the coming week. And we thank you for yesterday's activities at the Coast Guard Park. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. Okay, number 5, public comments. This time on the agenda for any citizen direct brief comments or questions to the city council. Time for public comments will be given when agenda items discussed. If you have a comment or question, please raise your hand to be recognized by the mayor. And after being recognized by the mayor, please give your name and address for the record and proceed with your comment or question. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Lisa, come on up. Then Joe.
Lisa Royce, 177. So we are going to be able to speak on an agenda item that's on there tonight if it comes up.
Yes. Joe?
Your Honor and council members. My name is Joe Lyons, 16857 Virginia Avenue. I'm really concerned about some problems that we've had in City Hall with regard to the getting the absentee ballots out. I don't know if this is directed to you or to city management, but I think public administered response to the city as well as to the community. I worry oftentimes about the reputation Ferrysburg gets by cities. Oftentimes talking to people and I say I'm from Ferrysburg and it's, oh, you guys are always beating at one another. There's always this stuff going on. And we need to stop. We need to get back together. I think a couple of you councilmen heard some deferous comments that were made prior to this meeting. Crap has got to stop, guys. This is too small of a town and it's too tight. We're just a great, great community. Thank you.
Thanks. Any other comments? Moving on, number 6, consideration for approval of consent agenda. And then A, approve the July 18th, 2022 city council meeting minutes as printed.
Your Honor,
Yes.
the next, or the final item on the minutes, item 22-125, we agreed not to schedule a work session as part of this meeting, primarily because we knew that Councilmember Montgomery was going to be absent. And yet item F of our agenda includes a work session.
Okay. So are you making a motion to
Make a motion
strike F?
that we strike F from the agenda and I guess strike 22-125 or correct 22-125 on the minutes that we, actually, no, it's correct as it's written. So leave that
Minutes
alone.
are correct, just.
Leave that alone and
yeah.
change the agenda.
Okay.
I might be a little bit ahead, I'm sorry.
All right, motion support to strike F, work session, Ferrysburg Nature Preserve parking lot. Any further discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Your Honor,
yes.
I move that we approve the consent agenda for the July 18, 2022 city council meeting minutes as printed. Support.
Motion support, further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Number 7, new business. A, discussion, take action if appropriate on a claim for vehicle compensation for Mr. Todd Madison. Craig?
Earlier this year in April, a tree that was on the city-owned property fell and damaged a resident's car. We took the information and gave it to our insurance company, and the insurance company declined to pay for the damage. The applicant is asking the city to reconsider that claim. In your packet is pictures of the damage that was done to the car, a cost estimate to repair the vehicle, and the value of the vehicle based on Kelly Blue Book.
Okay.
We do have the resident here and present with us today, if you have any questions for him.
Okay. Todd, you want to come up to the podium for questions and answers?
Your Honor, I do have some more pictures that I can.
Okay, sure. Can you state your name and address for the record?
Todd Madison, 16850 Cecilia Lane.
Okay, thanks. Okay, I do have one question for you, I guess, Todd. Craig wondered, did you contact your auto insurance carrier?
Yes, I did.
And what did they say?
No tree fallen on a car is covered by the homeowners, and then I did have PL car,
Okay,
so that was not covered. Thank you.
okay, yes,
Your Honor, I have a question for Craig.
sure.
As far as the reason for our denial, our insurance denial, was that Mr. Madison failed to notify the city of the tree in question. Is that correct?
No, the city was not notified or aware of the damage or the concern of the tree. We got notified by Mr. Madison there might be a concern with it, so we went and inspected it, and then 2 days later it fell over.
Time to act, basically.
We looked at it and we didn't think it was an immediate threat, so we kind of put it on the back burner. We would have never done it in 2 days anyway, though.
Threat, and then it became an immediate threat. Don't you think we hold some liability there in our decision?
It's on the city tree on city property.
That's all.
So Craig, so our insurance carrier came back and said their answer to your question to them is the city had no prior written notice. So do you think that's why they denied the claim?
No,
Oh,
no, not written. We just didn't have any notice before,
okay.
so. You know,
Right.
it's not something like we knew about it for 6 months and never
Right.
did anything about it.
Exactly. Okay. So do you think our insurance carrier will revisit this to pay for the claim, or they're done?
They're done with it, so it's up to city council if you want to reimburse Mr. Madison for the damage. What are you looking for, Mr. Madison?
I'm looking for $5,000 of retail value to replace exactly what I have.
Well, the Kelly Blue Book was at 3,500, 35, 37 fair purchase price.
No, 4,000.
Fair market range 2580 to 4493.
Fair market.
That's on the last page of your packet.
Yes.
I have a couple concerns about this. This is an act of nature. Something that can't be really predicted. We can't predict when trees or stuff's gonna happen on our property. That's usually the number one claim that insurance, the act of nature. And that storm, the storms during that period, they didn't take down just trees that were rotted, but they also took down trees that were healthy as well. I mean, it was one of those things that you know, we can't predict the storms. They're gonna take down the trees. But I also, you know, on the other hand, I see the, you know, you're out of vehicle, and that is.
Yes, the initial call I called because we have had heavy winds on this. I did have a survey done. I was questioning because I inherited that property from my questioning with property line. I had a survey done and I found out the tree did fall on property. After that, I did make a phone call on that because with all the high winds, if you look at the very last picture, that corner, you can see how close it is to the house. That corner is actually my son's room. I was getting scared to death that with the high winds, if that did fall, it was going to fall either on the house or go across the street like it did. That's what I explained to Craig right away immediately, is if it does come down, hitting something on my property. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So, and then when I did make that call, I got told they were done cutting for the season, and that if I was lucky, I might be put on the fall cutting list. And the phone call ended with that's unacceptable, and later it fell down. So I did make the phone call, and the ball was in your guys' court that.
Your Honor. Yes. Craig, I have two things to ask, and that is, has City Council been asked opinion on this?
City attorney?
Yes.
No, he has
In
not.
terms of our liability.
No, he has not.
Okay. And secondly, it looks like half the tree has fallen. What's going on with the other half?
The other half has been taken down.
It is gone.
Yes.
Yeah, the other half just actually came down about a week ago. It took a little while to get the rest of it down.
Did we take it down, or did
City
an
took
act
it
of
down.
nature do it?
City took it down.
City took it down.
Yes.
Could we, I would like to table this and just in from our city attorney on this, because there are other issues that could come up that could, you know, cause city liability, and if we start doing this now, then this could set us down a very, very expensive road. So I'd like to at least hear our city attorneys. We're not saying no, I'm not saying yes. I'd just like to hear our city attorney's opinion on this.
Okay. Yes.
$100,000 between the two insurances. So I don't understand this, why the insurances are saying no.
Their position is that the city really didn't have prior knowledge to act on it.
Honor, and the citizens insurance isn't covering it because it's just PLPD
On the vehicle.
on the
Correct.
vehicle.
So that's probably,
And homeowners isn't covering it either.
Correct, homeowners does not cover the vehicles, period.
auto insurance.
Your Honor, in my opinion, Madison diligent forming the city. Looking at this tree, in my opinion, it should have been acted on immediately. It is definitely rotten through the core. And he brought it to the city's attention, and you know, if the city had agreed to cut it down in a timely manner and this had happened, I would say, well, we didn't get to it. You know, we told you we would, but we didn't. But the city refused to do it and was going to refuse to do it in the future, didn't deem it necessary, correct? Even after you inspected it, you didn't deem it necessary to remove that limb?
We wanted to put it on the fall schedule for tree removal.
Okay. Well, in my opinion, Mr. Madison did his due diligence, and it's city property, it's a city limb, and I think we should side with Mr. Madison on this. Regardless of what the attorney says, the legalities of this doesn't really matter to me. It's what's right in the matter, and I think the right thing to do is to reimburse Mr. Madison for his vehicle.
Okay, Bill, do you have any?
I would agree with
input?
Councilman Sias, in the interest of being a good neighbor. We should cover the damage.
Okay, all right. So first of all, we had a motion to table it. So any further discussion? Okay, let's vote on the table first. That's, Sandy, you had the motion, Rich, you had the support. So let's do a roll call on the table first. And then if that table doesn't pass, then we'll go on to another motion. Correct? Okay. Okay.
Councilmember Sias,
No.
Councilmember Carlson,
Yes.
Councilmember Murdoch,
No.
Councilmember O'Donnell,
Yes.
Councilmember Kate,
No.
Mayor Blease,
No. Okay, so
Okay.
maybe Jerry, do you want to make a motion to?
Well, I'd like to make a motion, but I think first, that's the value of the vehicle.
Okay.
What are we willing to compensate?
Okay.
Any ideas?
All right.
Yeah.
He's,
I was trying to print it off, all the ones in the area within 200 miles are all going for $5,000. That's exactly the same packages what I had.
that says fair purchase price, fair market range 25 to 44. That's from a dealer.
Kind of in the middle, in the fair.
Okay. What do you guys think of that amount? It's not,
Well, I'm just asking.
we're just discussing it for now. $39.19.
$5,000 right now on top of used cars. I mean, it's impossible to get a good used. You know, you possibly could take that amount and put it toward a repair of the car you have.
There's actually,
6,000, I
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah. Yeah,
unfortunately,
sucks.
yeah,
crushed the whole roof and
I saw
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to make a motion to compensate Mr. Todd Madison the fair or typical listing price of $39.19 in restitution for his vehicle.
Okay, motion support, further discussion? Let's do a roll call on that, I guess.
Councilmember Carlson,
Yes.
Councilmember Murdoch,
Yes.
Councilmember O'Donnell,
Yes.
Councilmember Kate,
Yes.
Councilmember Sias,
Yes.
Mayor Blease.
Yes,
Pass.
motion passed. Got you some money. Okay,
Probably better than insurance would have done for you.
well, you don't, yeah. Okay, moving on. 7B, discussion and take action if appropriate, approve an agreement between ARM Consulting Services LLC, City of Ferrysburg. Craig, you want to start us off with this?
Sure. Former State Senator Arlen Meekoff contacted the city, offered his services. With the state budget being passed, there's some money left on the, what he called the table, that might be available to municipalities. He indicated that he might be able to work to get some funding for City Hall here. He's working, contacting other communities in the area. He indicated that he got some money for Holland Township for the sewer waste plant or something like that. And so I contacted him and just to get some more information. He met with me during the week and indicated that there's some money out there, but you know, the state really is prioritizing is affordable housing, water sewer projects. Those are what they're going to be focusing on. I told him what our needs were. We really don't have any water or sewer needs. The only thing I could think of was maybe some funding for improvements at Smith's Bridge when it's being rebuilt, such as a wider bike path and fishing observation deck or something like that. He indicated he wasn't sure if funding would be available for that. He sent me the proposal for $2,500 a month. There's no guarantee that the state is going to get any money if he's hired. It's just that he would be on the lookout for possible funding for the city.
Okay. So if we, let's say we did agree to hire him and then $2,500 a month for, let's say 4 months, that's 10 grand.
Minimum contract is 6 months.
Oh, 6 months is the minimum? Okay. How much is that?
15,000.
15,000. Cool. But if he gets us $2 million, it might be worth it. But is there a guarantee?
Guarantee.
No. Ooh, boy. Okay. What do you guys think?
Honor, I don't think this even warrants discussion. I don't see the benefit of the city here. I make a motion that we just pass this. Move on.
Okay, a motion to pass on it. Support.
Support.
Okay. Further discussion.
I think the city staff and our state representatives currently in office can help us do what this offer is doing.
Your Honor,
Bill?
this is going to sound a little cheesy, but that's where I am. Remember the Music Man? Robert Preston came marching into town to convince a city they needed a band, and he was going to sell them all the uniforms and instruments. This ain't River City. We don't need this.
Okay, Tim?
Just to put this out there, we have There has been in the past, a lot of money that has been available to us that we have not, taken advantage of in the past. And, like during COVID, there was lots and lots of hundreds of thousands of dollars that was available for different, programs. Arlen does have the connections and the know-how of dealing with the red tape in government. And that's really, something that could really benefit us, I think. I don't know if right now would be a time to do this, but putting it out there. I like to be the double advocate on the stuff, but if, now tonight, I'd like to keep it open to future. We have had consultants that have come in here and given us nothing. That we paid a lot of money to and we got nothing in return. So I would like to Greg, you do a great job, but there's so much out there that's coming out there that it would be nice to have somebody else, some other pair of eyes looking for funding, because we need it with the infrastructure repairs and stuff going on forward. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, any further discussion? Who was first? Lisa, back up.
Price 17700 Navajo. I think we, have a great planning commission, rec commission. I think this is a redundant thing. I don't believe that we should spend that kind of money, especially in economic times that we have right now. And I just don't see the value in it when we have a good staff. Craig has done a wonderful job with looking for stuff, and I think everybody should be on the lookout for things. If you hear in being city council or the planning commission or the rec commission, if they hear of anything, I don't think we need an outside source to funding like that. And I mean, I think we could use the $30,000. I'm assuming it was going for a year, but months in there. I think we could definitely money in a better way. So I'm against it, and I would think that city council should bring this to the residents when you're spending our tax dollar for something like that, that it doesn't come in one meeting and get voted on, and we should have a little bit what the council's doing also.
Thanks. Regina?
Regina Schoberg, 17542 Parkwood Drive. One of the things that the agreement states very clearly is the City of Ferrysburg desires to engage the consultant to perform certain services in connection with its advocacy efforts. The scope of work enumerates such activities as helping achieve the City of Ferrysburg goals, developing plans, executing policy and educating targeted local, state, and federal leaders, policymakers, and staff, and researching, evaluating, and recommending options for the city to achieve its public policy goal. That's what we have you for. That's what leaders do. We don't need to hire an outside consultant to do that. In section 1.2 and 1.2.2 of Mr. Meekoff's proposal, it is stated, and I quote, "In its capacity as an independent contractor, the consultant acknowledges that it is acting solely as an advisor/lobbyist to the City of Ferrysburg." Public Act 472, MCL 4411, and MCL 4.43 requires lobbyists to register with the state. Mr. Meekoff is not registered with the state, so if you consider this in the future, you might want to think about that. A person compensated or reimbursed more than $675 during any 12-month period for lobbying must register within 3 days of as a lobbying agent. Any person entering into a contract to receive more than this threshold during any 12-month period must immediately register. He would have 3 days to register as a lobbying agent, which he is not. We also don't have any references. I don't know Mr. Meekoff. I've met him, I think, twice at a picnic that I ran. But I have real concerns about the confidentiality. I also believe that we have boards and commissions to do this job, and you're just subverting them, subverting their authority and their providence in allowing this. And I like the Music Man comparison. It is like razzle dazzle.
The first thing that popped into my head.
You have to be old enough to like Broadway, I guess. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more public comment, or I mean discussion on this agenda item? Okay. Hearing none, the motion support was to not support the agreement between ARM and City of Ferrysburg. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried to not support. Okay, C, discussion take action appropriate to adopt a resolution authorizing the submission of .2000 mil Northwest Ottawa Recreational Authority, which is NORA, proposal to the voters on the November 8th, 2022 ballot. Craig?
So one of the reasons that the Northwest Iowa Recreation Program became an authority was so they could levy a millage. The goal is to levy a millage and be able to expand the programming offered by NORA. NORA has done what they needed to do to get to a point to levy a millage. And back in 2020, NORA approved placing 0.25 mil on the ballot. That ballot proposal passed in the city of Ferrysburg, but did not pass in Robinson Township. Therefore, the millage did not pass because it needs to pass in all four communities: Grand Haven City, Grand Haven Township, Robinson Township, and the city of Ferrysburg. The millage can only be put on the ballot during a state general election, which is in 2022. So the board has approved placing the ballot on the November 8th ballot. In your packet is the resolution, and NORA supports putting this on the ballot in November.
Okay. Someone like to make a motion, or do you want to discuss it first? Motion. Okay. Yes. Point 0. Okay, we have a motion. Any support?
I'll support.
Bill supported. Okay, further discussion on this?
Question, Craig, is there any indication that Robinson Township will go the other way in November?
You can have a protected election, but Robinson Township supervisors had positive comments that he thinks it will be successful this time.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I see in 2020, the citizens here supported us 584 to 400.
That's correct.
NORA does have good community support.
Yeah, I think they have a lot of good programs too for the kids, so.
I got a question.
Tim? Okay.
Yeah, do we know what this 2 mills will get us that we don't have already? I know they have good programs, and it's, I know, but I'm not money wise, but I mean program wise. They're gonna, they gonna have new programs, or are they gonna?
Yeah, they'll have new programs, and one of the goals too is to reduce the fee for kids to participate in the programs that are currently being offered. The programs that are going to come up is to be decided, yeah. Correct, yep.
Your Honor?
Yes.
That's an interesting tangent about reducing fees. Does NORA have a program now to identify when people are opting out because of, the dollars? And is
Yep.
there a program in place to cover that? 'Cause
Nora
certainly
does,
there's money around.
Nora does offer scholarships to people that are in need.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Okay, further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. All right, 7D, discussion, take action if appropriate, to confirm the city manager's appointment of Marita Fowler Bierman as city clerk treasurer effective August 8th, 2022, correct?
With sadness, we are announcing that Jesse's going to step down from the city clerk position. In your packet is a resume from Marita Fowler Bierman. She was a finalist when last time this position was posted. We've contacted her. She indicated that she's still interested in the position. And so we'll bring it before city council to approve that appointment.
Okay, is she here tonight?
Yes, she is.
Oh. Would you like to step up to the microphone and introduce yourself before we make a big vote here?
I'm Marita Fowler Bierman. I live at 148-6.
Okay,
Easier.
Rita, okay. Anything you would like to tell council about yourself or your reason why you'd like to be the new city clerk treasurer?
I've been semi-retired for I've been busy for I like my daughter was Chicago area. Great. Have that time with her. Now she's going back to Chicago. So the timing is
Yes. Tim?
Do you have the, certifications that are necessary to be the clerk treasurer?
no. As far as the voting, no. We'll have to acquire that.
Okay, and you can.
So why do you find yourself retired at this point? Did you retire on your own or just
Well,
change your
not
mind?
one of these. I was assistant airport manager, and county opted to hire a private managed, and I had been responsible for quite some time. We're there last. I job, but wasn't.
Hey, any more questions for Rita? Okay. Yes.
Have some concern. Rita was one of the 3 past finalists. He's definitely got the experience and the know-how, I believe. But why was Rita chosen and not the other two finalists to come in this evening?
I can discuss that with you another time, Jerry. There's a reason.
No, I haven't made a motion.
I'll make a motion to confirm the city manager's appointment of Rita Fowler Bierman as city clerk treasurer effective August 8th, 2022.
Motion support, further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Welcome aboard.
Welcome.
Okay, E, discussion take action if appropriate to waive the residency requirement for city clerk treasurer Marita Fowler Bierman. Yes.
I would make a motion that we waive the residency requirement for the city treasurer Rita Fowler Bierman.
Okay, we got a motion, any support?
Support.
Motion support, any discussion? Yes.
I believe in the day and age with our mobility, that requirement is perhaps getting to become archaic. We can get around a lot better. But one of the main reasons for that was the ties to the community. She is close to the community. It's not like she lives in Muskegon or Grand Rapids. And today, also the job market today, attracting talent is very, very hard. So when we can find somebody that can do the job, that would be something we could already have that in place with the fire department.
Okay.
So,
All right, further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay, moving down. Number 8, public comments. Lisa.
I was just wondering, since you guys scratched the last item on there, how many parking spots are they proposing to put on Dogwood? I don't know.
10. 10.
10? Is that what? Yep,
Ah.
10.
It makes sense because you're doing this now because you're doing all the construction and it'd probably be cost effective. Is that why they decided to do it now?
That was the game plan, but the contractor doesn't have time to do it. So
Ooh, yeah. That was, yeah, we wanted to do economies of scale, but
Can't like
So-
make a little spot, we can pave it later?
yeah.
All right, thanks.
Okay. Further public comment? Okay, moving on. 9, city manager report.
no report?
Okay, council members. Bill, down on that end?
Transit Board, Harbor Transit Board, I asked specifically about when they're going to start collecting fares again and how they're going to do it, since I know they're not going to put meters back in the buses. They didn't have a firm date, but they're going to do that through a computer program called Route Match. When you call to schedule a ride, you use a credit or a debit card to pay for that ride. That's coming.
Oh,
And I'm really happy to report that the St. John's Lutheran School is the first customer for their bus wrap advertising program.
wow, nice.
You'll see a bright blue bus hitting the roads pretty soon.
Cool. Okay, Rich?
As council representative to Planning Commission, we had voted and put forth Jake Sturley for the mayor's consideration for Planning Commission. And I know I would speak for all the Planning Commission members that we would hope that Your Honor would take that up as a nomination soon. End of report.
Okay. Jerry?
Economic Development Task Force will be having a walkthrough, behind, a la mode, and talking to some business owners about, their ideas on where we can move forward with, helping the city develop that area. And I believe that meeting will be open to the public, is that correct, Craig? What's the date on that? Is it the ninth?
Friday, 16th, the third Friday.
August 19th, 9 AM.
Yep.
August 19th, 9 AM.
If you'd like to attend that, you're welcome.
Okay.
And a report.
Debbie?
No report, we meet next Monday.
Okay. Tim?
No report?
Okay. I want to thank everybody who attended the Coast Guard family picnic yesterday. Pretty well attended. The August MPO Policy Committee meeting has been canceled. And then, Craig, what do you think? Do you have anything so far for the Tuesday, September 6th meeting? That's the day after Labor Day. Of course, Labor Day, the city hall is closed.
Nothing at this time.
Okay, should we just put that on the next agenda
Yes, I will.
to cancel the meeting? Okay. All right. Move to adjourn.
I hope there's a special note of no report from Mayor Pro Tem.
I was gonna do it last time, and it was too late, they were closed.
Tim O'Donnell said
You wanna read it?
nothing.
Wait a minute, let me put this
There's
down
only-
here.
there's only like-
No. Tim, no. Hey, what are you doing?